All right, today we're going to multiply with decimals, and I'm going to show you two different ways that we can do this. We're going to multiply a very simple number here. We're going to just multiply a whole number 2 with 6 and 71 hundredths. So there's two different ways that we encourage the students to do this. They can pick and choose either way. They can use the area model, the partial products model. They can use standard, traditional, United States, whatever you want to call it. And then there are two choices. They can either keep the decimals in or take the decimals out and then put them back in later. I am definitely more of a proponent for them to take the decimals out of the problem and then estimate them back in. That is what I encourage them to do, but they are always welcome to solve it either way, whatever way works for them. So this side we're going to solve it without taking the decimals out, and we're going to use the area model. All right, so we're going to set up our area model. I'm going to be multiplying by the number 2. And I'm going to be multiplying 6 and 7/10 and 1/100. This is where I see the problems here is most of the time they're making a simple error here and they're forgetting this place value or something along the lines, and that's where things get messed up. That's why I encourage the students to take the decimal out and we just put it back in later. All right, so 2 times 6 is 12. And then 2 times 7 is 14, but because of my place value here, I'm going to scoop in one decimal place. All right, 2 times 1 is 2, but I'm going to scoop back in 2 decimal places because I'm in the 100th place. I'm not in the ones place, I'm in the 100th place. So I need to make sure I note that here. This is the problem that I do not like. This is where most of the students are making their math errors. They're not lining up their problem according to where the decimal is located. If they wanted to go back in and they can add those zeros, if that helps them out, that is totally okay too. All right, if we were to, oh sorry, not subtraction, it is addition, silly me. All right, 2, 4.31. All right, so obviously they don't have to think too hard of where the decimal goes. The hardest part for them is knowing where it goes here. And I'll solve another problem later when I have 2 numbers here. That makes this a little bit more complicated as well. All right, so that is an option, or they can take the number completely out. Do our area model. In this case, if I were to take the decimal out, it would be 600 times 70 times 1. All right, so that's 1200. We've got 140 and 2, and then we add those here. Which you can see, we have very similar number pattern going on here. All right, now this is the kicker. They have to know where to put the decimal. So some of them have figured out the scoop. Okay, they see 2 decimal places here. Okay, we're going to scoop it in twice. It's going to go right there. Some of them have figured that out. It doesn't work as well if they've messed up their place value or they don't understand their place value and stuff like that. So what we've also encouraged them to do is to estimate this problem. So this is 2 times 6 and 71 hundredths. This 71 is very close to rounding this 6 up to a 7, so I'm going to round this 6 up to a 7. I'm estimating this problem 14. So my answer needs to be around 14. So then I have the students look at their numbers. So we've got 1, 3, 4, 2. And they're going to think about, okay, what is going to get me, where is the decimal going to go that is going to get me somewhere close to the number 14? Not the number 14, but close. So if I put it here, that's only 1. That's definitely not close enough. If I put it here, well, that's 13. I like that, so I'm going to keep that in mind. If I go here, that's 134. That's definitely not close to number 14. So then through estimating, we can realize that the decimal is going to go there. Okay, so 2 different ways to solve this, multiplying decimals, and I will solve a double digit by double digit in a minute. In another video, you can reference that as well. So they can keep the decimal in, they can take the decimal out, but they got to remember to put it back in.